All right, guys, welcome to Comics League. I'm Jared, and today we are reviewing Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. This will be a spoiler review. This is the one time I will warn you two more times that that this is a spoiler-filled review. This is a spoiler-filled review, and this is a spoiler-filled review. Okay. Now that I don't want people putting in the comments, you spoiled the movie for me. Okay? I'm telling you right now, there are spoilers. Now, first, to get us in the mood, here's what I got on Free Comic Book Day. So I got Dark Crisis, the first book, the Judgment Day Avengers versus X-Men versus Eternals book, and this really cool Spanish comic book called Primos, which basically means cousins. So happy about that. Then I also picked up, in the biggest point of irony, if you saw the last 102 Capes, Death of the Justice League, otherwise known as Justice League 75. I also got the trade of the first couple of issues of Grant Morrison's Superman from the New 52. And I got the Countdown to Infinite Crisis Superman Sacrifice, where Wonder Woman fights Superman and she kills Maxwell Lord. So that's what I got. Reviews will hopefully be coming soon. So anyway, Doctor Strange. Now, start off. I did not hate this movie as much as a lot of other people did. So I had a couple of things I specifically want to mention. One, I liked how it played into the multiverse. It did in a non-confusing way. I also liked Wanda being the villain, because I'm like, after what happened with WandaVision, it only makes sense that she'd be the antagonist. Now, okay, I'm going to start with the things I didn't like, and then I'll get to the stuff I liked, okay? Actually, you know what? Let me reverse that. Stuff I liked. I liked the Illuminati. And I kind of like the lineup. It was actually really cool. So you got Captain Carter from What If, Monica Rambeau, Captain Marvel, the better version of Captain Marvel. Who else? Black Bolt, and it's the actor that played Black Bolt in the show. John Krasinski's Reed Richards. I'm like, wait, what? I didn't expect that one when he said Reed Richards of the Fantastic Four, and I'm like, and then John Krasinski teleports in. I'm like, wait, what? Reed Richards with a beard. It actually looks good. So I really liked it. And then they bring in Professor X. He's in the hover chair, and then all of a sudden, you start hearing da-na-na-na-na-na, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they did it. I always said when they bring in Professor X, and you can go back on the show, I always said in past videos, if they bring in Professor X, they need to do that music. And they did it, and I was so happy about that. Also, what I really liked is the horror aspects of this movie, because there's legit points where I'm like, is this rated R? Like when he stabs that octopus creature in the eye and then pulls out the eye. I was like, also, really liked how Wanda was like this horror movie creature in the movie, particularly at the after she kills the Illuminati, which was really like, what? So where she's like chasing Doctor Strange, she's like going through reflections and stuff. It's really cool. And then it's like she's chasing through that water tunnel, and you can see her, she's like limping like she's a zombie. That was another thing too. Actually, no, I'll get to that point in a second. Then things I liked how they played off. They made the different Doctor Stranges a little more, like, I guess, different, which that's always the danger when you do a multiverse movie, because because you do kind of are tempted to look to like a carbon copy of the different characters. Now, I also enjoyed the action. The visuals were fantastic. It was pretty much a Doctor Strange movie, so I expected that. I also like the whole story about how Stephen is doubting himself, is like, he's constantly being doubting his decision, really, to basically give Thanos the time stone, because he's like, I did what I had to do given the circumstances. But everyone's like, oh yeah, and then we all got killed. So I like that aspect. I like how they reference Spider-Man. Because here's what I didn't like. Didn't like America Chavez. Had nothing to do with the actress's portrayal. She was great. It's just the writing was horrible. Because here's the thing, you're doing it on a character that really no one cares about. Her comic's been canceled multiple times. fact, her comic was like, I think, largely regarded as fans as the worst written comic book of all time. This is what I can't stand with Marvel right now with the MCU. They're going the all new, all different route when they know very well it didn't work in the comics. So it's not going to work here. You can't just throw in all these all new, all different characters and expect them to work. So that's one thing I didn't like. The other part I didn't like is the Illuminati went down in like 2 seconds. I'm like, what? You're supposed to be the mightiest heroes. It's like Black Bolt actually went down pretty cool. She made his mouth disappear. So when he used his voice, it redirected that energy in his head. So it's like head exploded. So I was like, oh, that's dope. Reed Richards, she just tore him apart, turned him into Twizzlers, basically. So I was like, oh, I don't like that. And then Captain Carter, I think she killed cool. She threw the shield at Captain Carter so hard it cut her in half. And then Captain Marvel was the only one where I was like, really? That's it? She like crushed her in a statue. But yeah, I get Wanda's powerful, but also that power is very inconsistent because it's like she's oftentimes she's struggling, but she's destroying the Illuminati. I'm just like, okay, this seems like really weird. But actually, one more thing I did like. I liked Wanda's arc because remember when she finally sees her kids at the end of the movie, they're scared of her and she goes, no, I'm not a monster. I didn't hurt anyone. And then she remembers, wait a second. She killed the Illuminati. She killed all of those people at the Camertage, I think the name is. So really enjoyed that how she had that snap. She's like, oh my gosh, I am a monster. And then I also liked how she kind of killed herself, but she's most likely gonna live, and how she basically destroyed the Darkhold in every reality, so no one can be tempted to use it again. So I definitely liked Wanda in this movie. She was very good as a villain. I'm like, oh geez, I believe that she could be a villain. I half expect her to go no more mutants. That would have been cool. Now here's what I didn't like. Again, America Chavez. Everyone's blasting Doctor Strange in that movie, and he's not acting like, I know he's not the Sorcerer Supreme anymore, but he's not acting like someone that could have been the Sorcerer Supreme. So I'm like, I'm not digging that. You also guessed I wasn't really digging, like, it really came down to America Chavez because I didn't like. I also didn't like how she all of a sudden she discovers how to use her powers just by getting a pep talk by Doctor Strange. I'm like, well, that's stupid. What? That is really, really dumb. No one, like, this is what I can't stand about movies now because they keep doing all these tropes that have gone on way too long. Plus, also, here's the thing about America Chavez. I don't like her power. She punches holes in reality. I'm like, so why would I? So she's a MacGuffin. She's basic, and a couple of guys I went to the movie with actually said this. She's a MacGuffin. That's all she is. She is a MacGuffin. She is 100% a MacGuffin. That's her purpose in the movie because they're all trying to get to America Chavez. But I did like that many times the word America was put in there. Yeah. But all in all, if I were to rate this movie, I would, and I'll probably do a longer stream with it about this movie with like Max and some other guys because Max didn't like the movie, so I really want to get his take on it. But I would give it like out of 7, 5 or 6. So out of 10, actually not 6. Out of 10, I'd probably give it a 7 or 8 because overall I still enjoyed it. It was fun. I like the multiverse. I like seeing the Illuminati. I like seeing John Krasinski as Reed Richards. But all in all, it had a lot of issues. I did, however, enjoy so they had a good post-credit scene where like this multiversal interdimensional being shows up and just says, okay, so you mess up the multiverse. Let's go. And then they're going through the multiverse and Doctor Strange is apparently possessed. He has a third eye because of the Darkhold or whatever. Then the last one was really just a carry on of a gag with Bruce Campbell in the movie. However, I did enjoy the last one when Skippy Dippy showed up. That was fantastic. My friend Corey turns to me and goes, "They finally got Skippy McDippy in an MCU movie. That was fantastic." Anyway, for those of you that don't know who Skippy McDippy is, like, comment, subscribe, because I will be doing an episode on him. All right, that's about where I wanted to go for like a solo review of the movie. I could probably get like Raph and a few of the other guys on to talk about what we liked about the movie, what we didn't like about the movie. And I'll probably do that for this week's Under Two Capes. We'll see what happens. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Like, comment, subscribe. It really helps me out. Particularly hit that little bell to get notifications whenever I upload a video. Do comment and subscribe because it helps with the algorithm. And we're definitely growing. Like, we recently passed 150 subscribers. So we're getting up there. All we got to do is hit 1,000 to monetize. And we need watch time. But that'll come with subscribers as the way I see it. So again, like, comment, subscribe. I'm glad you guys are enjoying our content, and I look forward to producing more. Stay heroic, everyone. Bye-bye.